Let's see if she can perform at distance. Now out to the hundo. Oh! The Sig 365 Fuse, the newest in the 365 line from Sig. We're going to put it through the paces on the range today. Let's check it out. Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. It's Phil with USCCA. Today we're checking out the Sig Fuse. Now this bad boy was provided by Guns GDC. You can check them out in the description below. There'll be a link to their page. So this is the newest Sig 365 in their lineup. Has a 4.3 inch barrel with a width of 1.1 inches, so very slim. We have the LXG laser stippled grips on here. Somewhat of an enlarged trigger guard. This is a really nice trigger so far. It's got nice clean brake, good push out, very little wall, nice brake. So first time shooting a Sig with a flat face trigger. My experience in the Sig realm is the 226 from years ago, so I'm interested to see how this performs. I'm extremely interested to see the accuracy, because with our sights we have a fiber optic front, real narrow, really nice for some of that longer shooting accuracy, and nice metal notched back sight on here. Front slide serrations, if you are a cool guy, like to do this. And it does have a little bit of a taper down at the end of the upper of the slide here. So good, nice texture on there. Really good mag release here. We're gonna start close, do a few accuracy drills, and then we'll bump it out and see how far we can get, possibly to the 100, and see if we can hit some E-type steel at 100. Stay tuned. Let's go have some fun. Cool. 1, 2, 3. All right, so 7 yards, good to go as expected. We'll push back to the 10 now and shoot that same 3-shot group and see where we land. One, two, three. My iron sight shooting is a bit rusty these days. All right, let's push back to the 15 and see if we can shoot tighter. Fresh target. Let's see if we can tighten it up a little bit. Walk the line. 1, 2, 3. A zone, 15 yards. Cool. So we're gonna do last thing. I just want to push out. This is gonna go back to 25, and on the buzzer, try to land a headshot at the 25-yard line next. .116. I like that. That felt better than the 15-yard. Ew! Smashed them. Booyah. 116 Sig Fuse. Pretty good so far at distance. The 10-yard may be the crux of my problem. Maybe 10 yards is my bad distance. 25. Accuracy testing with the 365 Fuse completed. Now we're gonna run a build drill, and what we do the build drill for is to kind of see how the gun manages recoil, more importantly how I manage recoil with the gun. So 6 shots, 7 yards, A zone of a USPSA target, and let's see what we got. Here we go. .218. This was interesting. First shot, a little bit of an over course correction, all in the A zone. Boom, 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 boom. Walked him in there. Recoil management, not too bad for a pretty lightweight gun that's considered concealed carry. So we're gonna go back now and we're just gonna shoot couple controlled pairs of doubles and just kind of see what that second round is doing and where my correction is. So if we get that high snap and we're letting it go a little early because we're shooting different triggers and whatnot, but I just want to see kind of where that recoil is in this gun. But as far as a build drill goes, 6 shots in 218, not from the holster, is not terrible for what we would consider concealed carry pistol. All right, just a couple controlled double sets. Interesting. So actually performs pretty well. Tendencies with me anyways when I'm shooting this is I'm getting that, it's a little bit more of a snappy up left, and then when I come down to rest, it's not terrible. So our grouping is actually decent for controlled doubles. That's 7 for me. And what all I'm looking for there is that gun coming up and back down to its rest point where I had it before. This feels really comfortable for me. So my sights were literally up left and then pretty much right back down to where I wanted them to. So I was getting this kind of motion in there. But as far as snap, it wasn't so abrupt that snap is really throwing it off where I'm doing an overcorrection and coming low. And what we would see there is my follow-up shots would be on that lower right edge of the gun is coming down too fast and I'm pulling the trigger faster than what I'm seeing my sights at. So controllability, recoil management with this gun, it's pretty good for a concealed carry platform. So I'm super pleased with it. All right, so we talked a little bit about the magwell that comes with the fuse here. It's not super big, but it is nice to have that just little extra so I'm not trying to put a mag into this real narrow magwell here. So we're gonna run, we'll do it 2 ways. We're gonna run a reload off of a gun belt here, and then we'll do one as a pocket reload where I would normally just throw a spare mag in my back pocket, getting out of the truck or whatever, and we'll do it on the clock. So 2 shots reload, 2 shots for time, and we'll see what we got. On the clock from the high ready, we're going gun belt first. Four, 444. Having that magwell is nice, and that's why they were on comp guns for years, and it slowly started to trickle into everyday carry, home defense. So there's a lot of manufacturers that have aftermarket stuff, and it's nice to see them coming with them from the factory. So it's included in the price kind of thing. All right, we'll just do another one. 2 reload, 2 from the pocket reload, the back pocket. We'll clean this up. It's a mud pit out here today, so a little bit of a torture test too on the fuse. All right, from the gun belt was a 444 successful reload. Let's do it from the pocket to simulate a concealed carry situation without a holster from the high ready on the clock. 465. 465 time on that. Not that it matters at all. Shot timer is good metric to keep track of how good or, more importantly, bad we're doing. So, from the factory, enhanced magwell, great upgrade, good feature. The more that we're shooting this, the more that I'm kind of getting comfortable with that little bit of a different grip angle and the smaller frame than what I'm used to. This LXG laser cut is actually really nice. When I'm looking at getting a gun that I'm gonna carry, especially like in a t-shirt, and it's skinned to the actual grip here, that little rub and that chafe that can happen from having an over-stippled gun will pretty much lead to you not carrying the gun. In the hand, it feels really good, nice, good texture. Even if it was wet or muddy, I don't feel like we would have a problem with that grip kind of coming apart on us. So, and a big thing that I was kind of curious to see was that slide stop. If that slide release was going to get in the way of how I hold the gun with a little bit of a higher grip. And so far we haven't had any issues, even with shooting a little bit faster. All right, guys, moved over to the 100. We have a 66% E-type at 50, and then we have a 24-inch gong down at the 100. Let's see if she can perform at distance. Now out to the hundo. Oh! 50. So not terrible. We talked about it a little bit already in the video. That real narrow front sight is nice for longer distance shooting. So 66%, you know, we're talking about a chest box at 50, good hits, and then out at the 100 on a 24-inch gong is about the width of a standard E-type without the head and pelvis area. So 100 yards, good. 50 yards, even on the swinger, pretty good from the Sig. I am impressed. All right, so now we've set up a little bit of a course of fire here, like a USPSA or IPSC. It's been a minute since I shot one. I'm gonna run the fuse through 25-yard plate rack, a little bit of shooting, moving on some steel, failure to stop drill, and then a 25-yard hostage shot to close it out. On the clock. Oh, I snuck it in there. Cool. Boom, boom. This was a sneaky peeky. Barely snuck that guy in there. Ooh, that was tight. So 250 rounds into our initial testing and review of the 365 Fuse. So far, I like this gun. Everything about it from the factory seems good. The trigger's really nice. We talked about that reset and how it's very springy. Gets your finger out of the hole, back onto the wall, and a nice clean break there. It's kind of a multi-purpose gun with its size. So if you're looking for something that maybe can be used for home defense, range shooting, practice, as well as concealed carry, this may just be the ticket. Again, I want to thank Guns GDC. Check their link out down below for sending this gun for the review. And before you click off, make sure you click down in the description. There's a concealed carry map from the USCCA down there that kind of shows you where your concealed carry permit has reciprocity all over the country. 365 Fuse, stay tuned. We have a ton more of these videos coming out, and we'll see you next time. The Sig versus the Shadow Systems. Cage match! Already have a failure. Ooh. We actually lost our little fiber optic. The Shadow Systems CR920 XP versus the Sig P365 Fuse.